Don't drop me. Please, don't drop me. That was me as a 12-year-old in agony. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening.
Good evening.
We were on a holiday in Kandala along with my family, and Kandala is a beautiful place in Maharashtra. And we were on this hill playing. My cousin Josh, who I was screaming in agony, he took me at the cliff, at the edge of the cliff, caught me like this, and he said, "I will drop you." Sorry. Well, that left a scar. I was afraid, and I didn't know what to do. Of course, he was not reprimanded, but that incident stuck with me. Now that is just a sneak peek of my early childhood days. To learn more or to know more, I urge you all to fasten your seatbelts, sit back and relax, because I'm going to take you on a roller coaster ride of emotions. And I'm going to take you down memory lane, which, let me warn you, is going to be very turbulent. But I promise you this, I'm going to give you a very smooth landing, a landing which has made me the person I am today. So let's begin. Due to personal reasons, my sisters and me, I was the youngest. While I was in kindergarten, we were put in boarding school. Whilst in the boarding school, my sisters were there. I call them my mama bears because, you know, they were always there for me. And in boarding, I was this special child. I was loved by the teachers, the workers, everybody. I was their kid. I was the special child. But I remember during my adolescent years, my sisters graduated and finished school and they went off home. And here I was, this girl, you know, like a fish out of water. I was all alone. And that incident, I remember, I went into this shell because I was very reserved. Why? Because there was no mama bears. There was nobody to tell me, study, study. There was no one to love me. I felt all alone. And I also remember there was nobody to check my books, to check if I had completed my homework. In the bargain, my grades fell. I was not even nominated for anything, no extracurricular activities. But I always looked forward to the holidays because I wanted to go home. Home for me was my uncle's and aunt's place, where they were our local guardians. Now during those days, all of you would agree that we did not have cable TV or Netflix or smartphones or iPhones. No, we were taught to go out to play. And also, I so clearly remember, you just couldn't, well, it was my aunt's and uncle's place, we just couldn't go and laze around in the bed and just read a book. No, that was what afternoons were for. So I remember my aunt, Angela, she would say, "Hey young lady, put on your socks and shoes, and out you go to play." My 12-year-old mind would scream, "Play where?" "In the summer club." "But I don't know anyone there. I'm new to this area." Well, so be it. So there I would go to the summer club. And I did try to make friends. Not that I didn't try. Yes, I did try. And I remember so clearly, they were all very mean. Why mean, people would say? Because I was a very different child. And this is the first time I'm going to say this to you. I had 6 fingers. Okay. Not 5, I was 6. So they were very mean because I was this very different child. And I had very curly hair, frizzy hair. They all had straight hair. So what I would do, I would sit outside the summer club, take my book, and I would read. And when the clock struck 7, off I would go home. Now the bullying didn't just happen outside the home. Remember my cousin Josh? My 14-year-old cousin Josh? Yeah? He felt that because I was this timid child, because I was the youngest, he had the permission to just do anything he wanted. And I remember one afternoon, let's say this was a knife. He took this knife, made it hot on the stove, took a cloth, and he came and he hard way. Well, it's not very visible to the naked eye, but it's visible very much over here. So I finished school, I finished college, I came to Dubai 2003. I somehow was this very different person. I remember my roommates, Amita and Abanita. I felt they were my mama bears because they actually took care of me. I felt very comfortable with them. In 2005, I married my childhood sweetheart, Edwin Saldana. Later on, I got pregnant. I have this little baby boy, Tristan. And they say mothers glow. Well, I glow so much that I think I swallowed the moon. Well, so what I'm trying to say is, all those bitter experiences make the person I am today. And before we descend, let me remind you that before we descend, I'm sharing this personal story with each of you because I feel, and I read somewhere, that when you share something personal, you connect. And when you connect with the audience, you actually heal. So I feel today this is my healing. Because when I was writing the speech, it was something else. So I declare that I am brave and I am bruised, and I'm the person I'm meant to be. Over to you.